Hello, welcome to Studio Talks. My name's James Swift.
I'm Josh McNaughton, and our guest today is
Dylan Monticelli.
Hey Dylan, how are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing in the lockdown? And do you have any advice for people?
I'm doing quite good. For a while I was doing college work, so I was able to keep myself busy. But even now, I'm working on music, or I give myself something to do throughout the day, creative stuff. And also, every Saturday I play with friends, and every night I play with another friend. So every night I always play with someone. Minecraft up for like an hour, 2 hours, and then every Saturday I play with a group of people. So I always mix things up and talking to people and interacting, because sat in your room all day looking at a computer screen probably is not very healthy. But if you're interacting with people and different people as well, it keeps it good. And also being creative as well how it really helps.
Definitely. I've fell into a habit of just day after day being on a computer. And now I've got to give designated, these are the days I'm doing literally nothing and just kind of chilling out.
The only issue I think may also suffer with is I have predatory training streaks. I'm constantly on the computer. And I think about giving yourself a break, and I've been trying to do exercise as well. I think it's really helpful. And wrist exercise, and also got a running machine downstairs. Because usually I'm so busy with college and stuff, I would not. By the time I get back, I'm too tired. But now I'm actually able to have time to do that kind of stuff. But it's also keeping yourself, because you're not meant to be on the computer 24/7. Humans are not meant to do that. So it's keeping yourself physically active as well, I would say.
Yeah, I've been walking to Pex Hill most days, and then walking around there for a bit and then coming back just to get me out the house.
Yeah,
sick of playing Warzone. What got you into music?
Originally, my dad bought me with the single for, we never used to have singles like on CD. My dad got me Fat Lip by Sum 41, and I really got into that music. It's Sum 41, Papa Roach back in 2000, which is the 20th anniversary now for that sort of stuff, which is mad. But yeah, that's what got me into it originally, is listening to those old pop punk bands. And then Tenacious D got me into wanting to play acoustic guitar, and then learning how to play guitar, being acoustic and writing my own songs. Tenacious D showed me the power of acoustic guitars.
Definitely. I think the film, the film, Destiny, it's
such a good film.
And it's one of those films that definitely got me into the idea of how music actually works, even though it's very caricatured. But watching it, I was like, this is really cool. This is a good life. How did you get involved in the studio, and how has that affected your music?
I was in the studio when I was actually in a band called Outside of Day with another Dylan, and this is when it originally first reopened back in 2010. And yeah, we I think they got us involved in the Phoenix Festival, and we played one at the studio. And ever since then, I got involved in made 2 EPs at the studio. Yeah, and they helped me with playing a lot, but also give me a place to play a lot of gigs, because I played open mic nights and things like that afterwards, and it's a lot less friendly, and people are definitely less interested. So having a place that people were interested in listening to your music, and also had a great sound system and a nice atmosphere, is a lot better. And learning to play things at maybe open mic nights and stuff where people in pubs are not as nice. So nice to have that experience for a few years of working myself up and learning how to actually play live and then record and that kind of things. Because you also got a recording studio and also got a venue, so you can do a bit of both. So it's really useful and helpful.
I definitely noticed that with the only open mic night I've ever done, where you're playing and you kind of feel like no one actually cares about the fact that I'm playing right now. It's very different at the studio, because if you're playing, you get an audience who are actually interested in what you're playing. I didn't know that Outside of Day was a band. I thought it was just you.
Originally it was a band with me and Dylan, and then I continued it by myself. But the studio's been good for this. They always call me Outside of Day, but everyone else I played other gigs, they always call me by my name, Dylan Monticelli. So and even someone works at the studio, Steve, he agreed, well, just call yourself Dylan Monticelli, it's probably better. Because people use what Outside of Day is, thinking it is a band. And I've been booked onto things when I thought you were a band. He goes, no, it's just me, even though I say I'm a solo artist. People got confused, so I just did that. I just continued now. It's Dylan Monticelli.
I would say in this we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I would say that you've definitely, a lot of your music does come across as a band, I would say. Even live stuff, it can. You've done gigs with, haven't you done gigs with, what's it called? Is it a Beat Buddy?
Yeah, it's a drum machine. It's the first drum machine, which is a pedal. But even now, I sort of use backing tracks and stuff and did guitar stuff. So I try and do a band experience, I guess, in a solo act. But yeah, originally with the first 2 EPs I did at the studio, I did have a band kind of. I had Tom
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Doing drums, so now I do everything by myself, but still I play all the instruments. Ain't just acoustic guitar or whatever. It's like a full thing. So maybe that's why people can get confused, because it does sound like a band.
Yeah, definitely.
Since AAA, how has your music progressed?
Yeah, originally, I remember Stu like saying I need to actually do double tracking and all that when I did my first EP. And I was like, no, it's got to be like Nirvana, it's got to be raw, it's got to be like this. And then I started learning about Logic, and then also learning the recording process. And then the second EP, I started actually adding things to it. But it was also like learning different people. Like had Stu, and then I can't. Oh, what's his name? The guy with curly hair used to work. Tony, yeah, I'm really terrible at names. And he foul vamping. We did like a live setup, and then we added like double tracks and different things. So it was like learning like little bits of recording, and I actually learned a lot using Logic 9 and stuff at the studio, more than I did actually at the college at the time. I learned how to use Logic 9 at the studio, and then taking it home and learning it, and then Steve, Tony, and Stu showing me how to use Logic 9 and stuff. But also it's the playing live aspect, just having nights and meals to actually play, and then a comfortable environment, and then getting feedback and stuff. Which is always,
Access All Areas ended in 2015. How has that like progressed? Because you've obviously done another EP, and you're currently working on a new one. Do you want to talk a bit about the evolution there?
And now I'm moved on to Logic 10, and I'm at college now doing music production. So I think that's learning how to use Logic 9, and then the foundation is let me move on to Logic 10 and now do music production in college, and also did a lot of internet stuff outside the day, and I was able to like have a nice grasp of how to use Logic 9 at the time and be able to make these songs on the internet and know how to actually promote myself and all that. So I had the foundations at Access All Areas, and I was able to move on to doing stuff on the internet now, going to college, which I am. I'm working on my solo stuff. It's definitely going to be like the foundations of like knowing what to do to be able to move on. And because it's also not like college where you're stuck doing at college. They show me the ropes kind of, and then there's like you do your own thing kind of. So it's all like more self-learning with help and guidance. So it's a lot less like restrictive, I would say. So I think now I'm able to be a lot more independent at home and record stuff. And then if I just did it, maybe it's just at college.
So, would you like to play a song?
This is going to be from the new EP, which are not even announced yet. Or I finished mixing it and stuff, but this is like one of the songs from the new EP. So it's nearly enough done, like she's mastering that kind of thing, and then music videos and all that. But this is an old song I wrote called "Is This Real Love," and it's kind of about like pride and like being able to love people regardless of gender, and then figuring like out sexuality and stuff. It was like the time I was figuring out my sexuality, and I was like trying to put it into a song. But like we're saying then, I progressed now, be able to actually record the song how I wanted it to. Originally, I couldn't, like when I originally wrote this song, I couldn't get the recording and the mixing correct to how it meant to sound like a rock song. But now I feel like I was able to like get the sound exactly how I want it. So I'm really happy with the sound of the new recording. But obviously you're not going to hear it here. You're just going to hear the actual song on the acoustic guitar. So yeah, this is just Real Love.
I could change, then I would change. I'll take these broken thoughts and throw them away. If I could walk away, then I would walk away. I'll go to the farthest place and I would stay. Is this real love? Or is it a dawning thought of being alone once more? Is this real love? Is it real love? I don't know. Made me feel so good, like no one could. They say it's wrong, it's not by the book. Time have changed, oh God, times have changed, but I hope it stays the same. Is this real love? Or is it dawning for the being alone once more? Is this real love? Is it real love? I don't know. Is this real love? Or is it dawning for the being alone once more? Is this real love? Is it real love? I don't know. 'Cause all I want and all I need is to be loved. All I want and all I need is to be loved. All I want and all I need is to be loved. Is this real love? Or is it dawning for the being alone once more? Is this real love? Is it real love? I don't know. Is this real love? Or is it dawning for the being alone once more? Is this real love? Is this real love? I don't know.
That's really good.
It was good.
It's been ages since we got to clap to a song.
Yeah.
Because it's been a couple of weeks since we actually got someone to perform a song live. That was really good.
How do you personally write songs?
Last song I kind of writ on the guitar, and I would just like jam or whatever. Sometimes I write songs by messing around in Logic. And then it's just I feel like if you're forcing something, it never really happens. It's only when I'm messing around with sounds on Logic or messing around on guitar, it ends up being a song. But sometimes I do have like a lyrical theme in mind. If I want to write something about something specific, like my last EP, Destinia, it had a specific theme, so I was writing songs for that specific theme. But yeah, a lot of time it's just about jamming and trying different things out. And then sometimes you can go, oh, I have an idea here on this project on Logic, and then you can go, oh, I have this idea, and you put them together. I just think it's just about being creative and letting yourself just go mad and do what you want, really. I think restricting yourself to like certain, like, oh, I'm just going to write songs on guitar, or I'm just going to write songs on Logic, or I'm just going to write songs on bass, whatever. You're going to corner yourself. I did that for a while. I thought I had to be electronic and be this certain sound. And it kind of like stopped me writing songs for a while. Like, since like, obviously it's been 2 years since the last EP, because I thought I need to write the songs in these specific themes, specific style. Now I've gone the complete opposite direction. My new EP is like a rock based,
Nice.
And but it's also has that lo-fi element. So I think it is important to like, and I've learned should just write songs how I want. It doesn't matter how they come out.
Definitely, you're definitely not defined to one genre. You should never define yourself to one genre. Yeah. So I kind of asked the same thing with Junior. Like, you write a lot of songs that are kind of you opening up and saying, "This is how I feel," regardless of how hard it is to say, "This is how I feel." Do you find difficulty in doing that?
Yeah, like I got criticism in my last EP where you couldn't really understand what I was saying, and the reason I did that, I used the vocoder because a lot of the lyrics were like about depression and stuff. It's kind of weird. I didn't want to worry my family, so I kind of hid it. But also, I know a lot of songs have like poppy theme and then have dark lyrics, and I was trying to go for that. And I've definitely learned not to do that. And the new EP, I'm very open with how you can hear what I'm singing. There's no vocoder, and I'm very open with my lyrical themes. I was trying to find the balance of like being open and then,
also, I guess keeping it. Sorry, I'm finishing your sentence. Go on, sorry.
Or writing like a happy song kind of way, like a happy song people sing and enjoy. But I kind of just like now. Things like Joji, I'm not sure if you heard of him. Literally, the whole album's about depression and like breakups and stuff, and that's kind of inspired me to like, I don't know, and then need to be open and actually because people can relate. Then I always listen to music because I relate to it. A lot of people do, like they listen to music, get through things. So I'll definitely learn like I should be focusing on that, especially on the new EP, like our song and stuff. It's kind of like about love and sexuality and things.
Going back to Joji though, like, have you heard his other stuff when he raps as Pink Guy? It's like,
Yeah.
he's such a good range of, like, he can go from like being a meme rapper to doing this amazing stuff that he's doing now. He's just got range. You know what I mean? He's such a good artist.
So moving back to the studio, what was it like to plan like the first Comic Con? And what do you think of it looking back?
It was an interesting experience. I think what was interesting was DJing. DJing. Yeah, I always go to Comic Cons with my friends and stuff. But yeah, I always because I had the idea where I knew people would come just to cosplay, and it didn't really matter what other things, because I've been to ones where it's literally nothing, but people come to cosplay and show off their cosplay. And I think, yeah, it's fun to actually be able to like go, well, I see these things as a success in other ones, and they try and recreate that, and actually did recreate a success. And I was like, oh, so we actually planned out our marketing strategy kind of thing, and it actually worked. So it's kind of interesting to work in a business side of kind of thing. And,
definitely.
Which I've never done before, so.
It's very much filling a gap in both the studio and in Halton that doesn't really exist. It kind of has grew over the past. The first Comic Con was 2018, and since then, RunCon and Widnes has all kind of warmed up to cons in Halton. That makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen Comic Con in RunCon, Halton Comic Con. As soon as after we did our first one, because the people seen the market there. So I know it's like there's Comic Cons everywhere, and I was like, well, there's no Comic Con near here. The nearest one's like Liverpool or Cheshire, so.
Definitely, and I think it's very much like arguing with your family, saying, or with friends saying, no, we can get on a train dressed as such a thing, or we can get on a bus and dress like. So anyway, what? I was about to ask you a question then, Josh.
You can ask if you want them.
No, you can do it.
Where can people find you online?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, which is just Dylan Monticelli. I think it's just Dylan Monticelli. Is also I started doing Instagram and learning how to do that. It's kind of weird because you have to follow people to follow you back, which is you would never get on YouTube and Facebook and other things like that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing TikTok as well. I think maybe because I'm just gonna keep doing creative stuff, but mainly I do YouTube and Facebook. That's where my main contact's at. And also, if you just want to look at everything, I do have WordPress as well. So it's just Dylan Monticelli. Just search that.
I've noticed that the phrase "I'm learning Instagram" is such a common phrase nowadays. Where it's like I don't understand it. I'm gonna attempt to educate myself in it.
Because I did pictures and then people liked it but didn't follow, and I was like, why? And then I noticed that some people who just have personal profiles had like 200 followers. I'm like, what? I only had like 10 followers. I was like, well, because you have to follow people to then follow you back.
Yeah, to follow you back, yeah. I use it for memes, that's it.
It's definitely different than other social medias.
Definitely.
TikTok is another one that's different and weird.
TikTok scares me. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
TikTok's trying to be Vine.
Yeah, it's funny enough. My music is actually on TikTok with DistroKid. My music can be used on TikTok. And then I remember Joji's Slow Dancing in the Dark. People were like turning them in a microwave. So he must have got a lot of money from that because people were using that song. So yeah, he didn't make anything. It's all people who were using his song. But people can use my song. If you want to use my song on TikTok and give me money, that's great. Make me a meme. I'm into that.
Thank you for joining us today. This has been absolutely great.
Thanks.
Good luck, really good luck with EP. I really hope it goes well. I'll definitely be listening to it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.